R-vee prices are imploding right now.
You've heard of an R-vee, but what about an L-vee? It stands for living vehicle. It's sustainable and it embraces the remote work lifestyle, so you can live comfortably anywhere you want.
Dealers are dumping units they can't finance, and some are already hitting auction for half price. The crash has started, and only a handful of rigs are actually worth buying. R-vee prices are crashing for a reason, and in the next few minutes, I'll show you why 5 models are doomed and 7 could still make you money. Miss it, and you'll be the one paying for their mistakes. The Keystone Springdale 1750 RD. It begins where most buyers start, with hope. The Keystone Springdale 1750 RD looks like the perfect first step into the open road. Lightweight, affordable, easy to tow, 3 promises that sound impossible to resist. Yet beneath that bright, welcoming brochure lies the fine print that every new traveler ought to read twice. The structure feels thin, almost hollow when crosswinds hit. Insulation is light enough that summer heat and winter chill both slip right through the walls. The suspension rides soft at first, but sags quickly under real cargo weight. Appliances hum, but wiring and plumbing are entry-level, not expedition-ready. The dream of a weekend escape becomes a steady list of small repairs. Drawer latches, trim gaps, moisture along seams. Each fix feels minor until they pile up. Inside, space looks cozy on camera, but tight after 3 rainy nights. The dinette squeezes, the mattress thins, and storage vanishes faster than planned. What looked like freedom turns into constant rearranging. Still, it teaches something valuable. The lowest price is rarely the lowest cost, because when the road gets rough, budget shortcuts show first. And if this starter trailer tested your patience, the next contender tests your wallet. The Thor 4 wins 22E. Every journey begins with trust, and the Thor 4 Wins 22E earns it fast. Shiny exterior, family layout, and that promise of drive today, camp tonight. It looks confident, dependable, ready for freedom. Yet, once the miles roll on, the illusion begins to crack. The roof seams whisper their warning first. A small leak around the vent, a stain by the corner trim, each drop a reminder that quick construction leaves slow consequences. The engine, a burly 8-cylinder gasoline workhorse, drinks hard and asks for more. At fuel stations, optimism fades with each refill. Inside, rattles build their rhythm. Cupboards chatter, panels flex. The joy of first ownership turns to the question every driver hates. What's next to fix? Yes, it drives easily. Parking feels natural, but time exposes truth. Dealer prep is uneven. Sealant lines are thin, and when you climb the ladder to clean the roof, you feel how fragile that promise of durability really was. Still, there's honesty in the lesson. Convenience can disguise cost. The Thor 4 Wins 22E sells comfort first, but experience comes with a bill. From slow leaks to faster regrets, the next R-vee trades polish for pretense and performance for paint. If you've made it this far, tap that like button so other R-vee buyers find this breakdown and share your thoughts in the comments. Which model surprised you most so far? The Forest River No Boundaries 19.3. Freedom has a look. Matte paint, rugged tires, and decals that whisper adventure. The Forest River No Boundaries 19.3 wears that look well. It feels wild, ready for gravel roads and sunrise trails. But take it off the brochure page, and the limits appear fast. Its tanks are small, its storage tighter than it appears in glossy photos. The independent spirit it sells depends heavily on hookups and patience. Payload capacity drops quickly once you pack essentials. Water, gear, food, even a spare battery. Those adventure-ready tires, they hum loud, yet the suspension beneath them feels soft, nervous. More city than canyon. Inside, the clever design can't hide thin cabinet frames or uneven trim. The air conditioner groans under midsummer heat. Off-grid time rarely stretches beyond a single long weekend unless you travel light and plan like a scout. It's not a bad trailer, just an overpromised one. The Forest River No Boundaries 19.3 teaches a quiet truth. Marketing can outrun mechanics, but not for long. Rugged looks fade fast when the tank runs dry and the lights flicker. And if image over substance defines this stop, the next R-vee takes that imbalance to an entirely new scale. The Grand Design Reflection RL. Every great product line has a shadow, and this one hides behind fine print. The Grand Design Reflection RL advertises itself as half-ton towable, a promise that sounds liberating. Tow with less truck, camp with more comfort, that's the pitch. But the scale tells a different story. By the time you add water, passengers, and gear, the tongue weight creeps past what many half-ton pickups can safely manage. Owners who believed the brochure find their suspension sagging, their mirrors filled with sway, their confidence fading mile by mile. The trailer itself is handsome, sleek cabinetry, soft lighting, tall ceilings, but luxury loses meaning when the drive feels strained. Axle ratings flirt with limits. Hitch stress grows. Dealers repeat that haunting phrase, technically within range, yet technically is not peace of mind. The Reflection RL rides beautifully when matched with a 3/4-ton truck, but that changes its entire value equation. This model reminds us that numbers can flatter, and marketing can stretch physics. When safety margins vanish, even beauty feels heavy. If the Reflection teaches caution through overpromise, the Alante offers another kind of lesson, that comfort itself can become a weight. Jayco Alante 27. A luxury can dazzle. It blinds you with polished floors, gleaming glass, and the quiet hum of hidden air conditioning. The Jayco Alante 27A knows that illusion well. Step inside, and it feels like a small apartment on wheels. Wide sofa, open galley, massive windshield stretching toward tomorrow. But beauty, in this case, conceals burden. The gasoline engine strains under long climbs, drinking more every mile. Maintenance costs rise quietly behind the comfort. And while the ride feels smooth at first, the chassis trembles over time. Joints creak, cabinets loosen, and that once silent dash begins to murmur. Owners talk about electrical quirks, slides that hesitate, seals that soften before their second season. Each fix chips away at the dream of effortless travel. Then there's the invisible loss, depreciation. Class A rigs like the Jayco Alante 27A drop value faster than any other R-vee class. The moment the tires leave the dealer lot, resale begins its steep descent. It is beautiful to see, relaxing to sit in, and sobering to own. The lesson is timeless. Elegance means nothing if longevity does not follow. And from promises that fade to products that endure, it's time to meet the R-vees that actually earn their names. Some brands trim costs, others invest in innovation, comfort, and lasting value. The next 7 R-vees stand as proof that craftsmanship still counts, that efficiency can feel like luxury, and that reliability and design can thrive side by side. The Forest River R-Pod 171. Some designs do not shout, they simply last. The Forest River R-Pod 171 is one of those quiet achievers, small, balanced, and built with purpose. It does not pretend to be a palace on wheels. Instead, it focuses on what travelers truly need, simplicity that works. At just under 20 feet, the R-Pod 171 tows like a dream. Even mid-sized sport utility vehicles manage it with ease. Its single-axle frame keeps it nimble, yet stable on long descents. Inside, the layout is efficient. Every inch counts. A full bed fits snug across the rear wall. The compact galley includes a real sink, a 2-burner stove, and a refrigerator that hums reliably through long weekends. The wet bath is small but practical, built for function over flash. Where the R-Pod shines is in its durability. Laminated walls, curved roofline, and a surprisingly strong insulation package make it weather-resistant without adding weight. Owners praise its minimal maintenance and straightforward systems. No endless troubleshooting, just easy travel. From quiet confidence to polished heritage, the next R-vee carries history in its shape and trust in its shine. The Airstream Flying Cloud 25FB. Every road has a reflection, and few shine like polished aluminum. The Airstream Flying Cloud 25FB carries that unmistakable gleam, the kind that turns highways into movie frames. It is not merely a trailer, it is tradition in motion. Since the 1930s, Airstream has symbolized endurance, and this model keeps that promise alive. Step inside, and restraint meets refinement. The panoramic windows flood light across soft upholstery and curved cabinets. Nothing feels wasted. Every hinge, latch, and line reveals precision. The dual-axle design makes towing steady, even through crosswinds. At 25 feet, it balances maneuverability with livable space. The front bedroom layout keeps rest private, while the rear lounge stretches into comfort that feels permanent. The shell's riveted aluminum construction resists time and weather alike. It insulates, protects, and reflects heat naturally. Owners often keep these for decades, resale value that few competitors can touch. The Flying Cloud 25FB costs more, yes, but its longevity repays the patience. This model reminds travelers that design can age gracefully, not just functionally. The shine you see outside mirrors the craftsmanship within. elegance endures here, but next, convenience takes the wheel and freedom fits inside a single parking space. If you value real research over sales talk, this is where you belong. Hit subscribe right now and join thousands of informed travelers protecting their investments. We've got more deep dives, market alerts, and ownership tips coming. So don't miss the next one. It might completely reshape how you travel. The Winnebago Travato 59K. Freedom sometimes arrives in a smaller frame. The Winnebago Travato 59K proves that less space can hold more life. It is a van that whispers independence, built on a Ram Pro Master chassis, shaped by decades of road wisdom. Sleek on the outside, deliberate on the inside. It transforms driveways into gateways. Open the sliding door, and every detail feels intentional. Twin beds stretch lengthwise, merging into a full sleeping platform when needed. Storage lines the walls without closing them in. The wet bath tucks neatly behind a solid door. Compact, yet real, not a compromise. The kitchen brings a 2-burner cooktop, a stainless sink, and a refrigerator that hums quietly under soft light. The Travato moves efficiently, sipping fuel where larger rigs gulp it. Lithium battery systems power silent nights, while solar panels stretch off-grid time. It is a rig that asks for planning, but rewards with peace. The kind earned by simplicity done right. The Winnebago Travato 59K is more than a van, it's a mindset. Built for those who chase moments, not miles, it turns every stop into a destination. From mountain passes to city streets, it adapts, endures, and performs. A true modern nomad's machine. Small footprint, limitless horizon. Yes, it costs more than most compact campers, but it returns something rarer: mobility without limits. The Winnebago Travato 59K redefines minimalism as mastery. From urban agility to open road comfort, the next R-vee proves that balance can still feel like abundance. The Grand Design Imagine 2500 RL. Comfort does not always roar. Sometimes it hums quietly in well-built walls. The Grand Design Imagine 2500 RL captures that balance. Large enough to live in, light enough to tow with confidence. It feels familiar the moment you step inside, like a cabin that learned how to move. The rear lounge opens into wide windows, wrapping you in light instead of screens. Dual recliners face the television, but nature steals the spotlight. The dinette doubles as workspace, a small thing that matters on long trips. Cabinets close softly, drawers align, and plumbing hums without protest. Each piece feels measured, not rushed. Beneath the floor lies solid engineering, insulation that truly works, a frame that tracks straight behind a properly matched truck, and tanks sized for real travel, not brochure numbers. Owners praise its layout because nothing feels wasted and nothing feels fragile. Maintenance stays low, comfort stays high, and resale remains steady year after year. It is not the flashiest trailer on the lot, but it is one of the most trusted. The Grand Design Imagine 2500 RL delivers calm where others chase headlines. From cozy reliability to cold weather resilience, the next R-vee proves strength can travel all seasons. The Lance 1985. Every traveler eventually learns that endurance matters more than glamour. The Lance 1985 was built with that truth at its core. It is not a showpiece. It is a survivor, engineered for seasons that test both traveler and trailer. Step inside, and you feel it immediately. Firm craftsmanship, tight seams, and weight distributed with thought, not guesswork. Azdel composite panels replace traditional wood, resisting rot and humidity. The insulation wraps every corner like armor, keeping warmth inside during mountain snow and heat out during desert noon. The structure sits light on its axles, yet solid on the road, tracking steady through wind and rain. Inside, the floor plan breathes, a full corner bath, a real dinette, and a queen bed that doesn't fight for space. Systems are intuitive. Storage is deep, not decorative. Everything feels purposeful. No wasted edges, no hidden compromises. Owners often keep these units a decade or more because the Lance 1985 asks for care, but rarely for repair. This trailer proves that reliability can still feel refined. Comfort born from discipline, not indulgence. Built to outlast the storm, it sets the stage for something larger. Diesel power meeting quiet luxury in motion. The Tiffin Allegro RED33AA. Power can be loud or it can be refined. The Tiffin Allegro RED33AA chooses refinement. Beneath its polished frame sits a rear-engine diesel that hums with confidence, a whisper of torque turning into smooth acceleration. It glides where others grunt. Each gear shift feels deliberate, not rushed. Each climb feels earned, not strained. Step inside, and the contrast deepens. Handcrafted cabinetry lines the cabin with quiet dignity. Lighting softens the air, washing across polished floors and residential furniture that feels built, not bought. The driver's seat adjusts with near-surgical precision, framing a view that stretches like possibility itself. Air suspension carries this rig like silk over rough pavement, cutting noise until conversation feels effortless. Climate control holds steady through blazing deserts and thin mountain air. Tiffin's reputation for service is not rumor, it's heritage, earned coach by coach. Fuel economy impresses for its size, but it's comfort that wins loyalty. This motorhome delivers peace, not just performance. It turns motion into meditation. The Tiffin Allegro RED33 AA reminds you that travel can be quiet, powerful grace. And if refinement defines this chapter, innovation leads the next, where independence meets invention in full stride. The Ember Overland 221 MSL. Innovation rarely arrives quietly, but this one does. Steady, confident, deliberate. The Ember Overland 221 MSL is not just a trailer, it is a declaration that modern travel can be independent and intelligent. Designed by engineers who left big box brands to start fresh, every line of this rig feels intentional. Independent suspension absorbs what roads cannot predict. Solar panels feed lithium batteries that hum through silent nights. The chassis stands tall on off-road tires, but the interior feels like a designer loft. Light wood, brushed fixtures, and storage crafted to fit real gear, not just brochures. The modular bunk and cargo space convert from family hauler to gear garage in minutes. It is flexible, but never fragile. Under the shell, Ember's structure uses steel reinforcements and composite panels. No rot, no compromise, no excuses. Each weld and seal feels like it was meant to outlast fashion itself. Owners describe it as freedom that does not fade after the first trip. The Ember Overland 221 MSL is where independence meets endurance, a future built, not promised. From lessons learned to legends born, this is how innovation turns travel into legacy. The mistakes that left scars and the machines that redeemed the journey. Proof that real craftsmanship isn't extinct, just harder to find. Some rigs broke promises, others built devotion 1 mile at a time. Now the road waits for you. What kind of traveler will you become? Cautious or fearless? Ordinary or unforgettable? Subscribe, share this with the one chasing their next rig, and remember, freedom only lasts as long as your wheels can bear it. See you out there, somewhere past the horizon.